Gino and Brock, your partnerships and Unblinded, Fernando Valencia. We are so grateful and honored that you're all here today. This is where we learn how influence is a superpower. Fernando, it is an honor to be here. Are you do you want to tell us a little bit more about what this experiential marketing disruption is all about?
Yes. So Gina, thank you. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Brock, for very, openly and selfishly sharing of your ecosystems. It is truly an honor to be sharing this Wednesday. I don't know if it's a different day for Debbie out in London, but maybe, I don't know, but super grateful to be sharing this time with all of you. The Real Raw is the greatest experiential hack in sales, marketing, and training ever. I believe we have the highest pedigree of networkers in probably the world hanging out with us on a call. And it's incredible because we all have one common desire. We all have a love for connecting and helping others achieve what they want in life. And on this phone call, we're gonna have some fun. So Adam Gugino, you are like the genesis with Tiffany Armstrong on the gathering and creation of what's happening here. So I would like to default my leadership and kick it over to you.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. And just some back end, some people in the wrong room, just getting them all coordinated as we kick this off. But man, this group, everybody here knows the power of connecting. We talk about networking for us. We talk about ecosystem merging, and for me, I have to really give all the credit to ecosystem merging and the power of the stage and the microphone, and which is again why we're all here. And I've been in sales and building and scaling businesses for the last couple of decades. And I took a company from $3 to $750 million, from 0 to 500 employees. And then I was misaligned with the direction of the organization. They were focused on profit, not people. And I ended up going to a Tony Robbins event. When you think about networking, merging ecosystems, and just a place of incredible people, energized, looking to grow, that's the place to be. It was Business Mastery. And as I sat in the audience and watched and absorbed all the information, a gentleman stepped up on stage, and was a blind attorney from New Jersey. And in that moment, I knew that I had to meet him, and I set the intention. And sure enough, I ended up, having dinner with him because of really through contribution. He had gifted a ticket to the person I was sitting next to who made that meeting happen. And I told my story to Sean that night, and he told me what he was up to with the world of Unblinded and all that he had accomplished up until that point. And it was a flag in the ground he had set for another stage and microphone, which was an event in January to launch Unblinded. I learned enough there that I saw my future in his work. I saw my future in ecosystem merging, in the stage and microphone, and in the superpower of influence. And that's what we're here also to demonstrate: integrity-based human influence, the superpower of being able to go from a low to yes. After that meeting, I studied, followed, and 2 weeks later walked into the company that I had built and told the partners, listen, I follow my dreams and I follow my heart, and it is no longer here. It is with Unblinded. And as of today, I resigned, and I walked away from millions, if not tens of millions of dollars that each made that point as I left the building to be here. And our first event, January 10th, 11th, and 12th of last year, almost a year ago today, we did 1,300 people over a 3-day weekend. We were flying, momentum was happening. And then, like all of us around the world, this is something that we've all had to confront, and this challenge of the pandemic. We had our next event scheduled. We were supposed to be on stage at Tony Robbins, Unblinded, and paradigm shift was created within our space. That was the genesis of the Real Raw and the Real Raw Open. And since then, we've had over 350 of these episodes in one of the most challenging times in history. And now look, we're able to meet with people all over the world, bring people together, and create just massive acceleration, connection, and get to share, our greatness. And here we are today. So, and with that being said, my co-founder and partner, Fernando, I've been running and building alongside him for the last, year. And with all of the individuals, hundreds, if not thousands of leaders and salespeople that I've worked with in my life, there's never been a more heart-centered, skilled leader and professional than this man who's not even 30 years old. That's Fernando Valencia. I want to kick it to you, who we had a wonderful call with Mr. Brock here, Sir Brock, and just wanted to really just share in this wonderful experience with him as well.
Yes. Well, Adam Gugino, thank you. Outside of the amazing things that you've built, I think my favorite thing about you is your love for people, your love for animals, specifically dogs, the fact that you like playing pickleball and look like Will Ferrell wearing like a bunch of sweatbands. And if you guys ever want to have a great laugh, please tell Adam's mom, Bonnie, to jump on the show, and you will have an extraordinary time. Your stomach will hurt out of the laughter that you have. And we're all blessed, to have Adam and his mom part of the movement. And today, as we begin this Real Raw Open here together, we're going to take 30 seconds and go through the room and just introduce yourselves. Adam, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'll be very brief, as I am not here for me, I am here for you. Yes, my name's Fernando Valencia. I am humbled, privileged, and blessed to be the youngest of the 3 founders here of Unblinded. I started my entrepreneur career when I was 13 years old. My family came here from Colombia in 1986. And they gave me love, empathy, and a lot that a cute, shy, chubby little boy could ever want, as well as a burning desire for financial literacy. I was able to build my first 6-figure business when I was 16 years old. I built my first 7-figure business when I was 18, and I've been blessed and privileged to do over $1 million in sales this year alone, and probably the last 6 months, through running over 600 strategy sessions with some of the world's greatest professionals, licensed professionals, accountants, lawyers, financial service providers, and amazing networkers just like you, by producing close to 1,000 virtual speaking engagements, these Real Raws being some of them. So to kick it off, Gina, if you wouldn't mind just going through all the amazing participants, say their name, we'll do a 30-second introduction, and then we'll get this party started. So Gina, who goes first?
Absolutely. Well, why don't we have Mr. David Brock? Brock, would you go first? Share who you are.
I'm loving it because you're both tripping over the David Brock. I just go by Brock. 30 seconds. I'm so privileged to be CEO, MD, founder of your partnerships with 50,000 connections worldwide. Some of our great people here today. And from our talks I've had with Adam and Fernando, this synergy is magic, and we'll be able to do wonderful things for. And the main thing is here to help people. That's it. That's from me, Gina. Thank you.
That's amazing and an honor. And would you please share a fun fact about yourself?
Yeah, it's funny enough because last time, Sean, when I met him, I gave a little fun fact about somebody I met, because I met, and unfortunately he's passed away since then, Sean Connery. But another one, it came up later in the call and I didn't get a chance to talk about it. I met John one time as well, and both of them were quite funny events. And John Major, how I met him, I was at the Tower of London, and I was active duty military at the time, so there was a lot of security around and everything like that. So you picture the scene. It's not like as drastic as it sounds, but quite frankly, I'd gone into the luxury porter toilets that were set up because it was VE Day celebrations, and when I came out, John Major was the only person in the toilets with me. So a little bit of claim to fame. Talking about I had a private session with John Major for just a few seconds. I didn't want to bother him in that situation, so it's a funny story.
That is a funny story. I mean, were you keeping your head down? I mean, I'm just curious. What do you do?
Oh no, Gina.
I can't say anything about the man's assets either way, but the whole truth of it is I was just shocked that his security hadn't checked, before he'd gone in there.
I mean,
well, that is a fun fact. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. Great.
Couldn't be more of a manly man to get caught in the bathroom with. So all good on that. But wow, that's one for the ages.
That is a good one, indeed. All right, next. Beautiful Debbie Cat, please share your joy with us. It's an honor to have you here today. Share who you are, what you're up to. And she is a fun fact.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if I could just look round and see who was interested in what I had to say? Well, unfortunately, we can't. And that's where my business comes into its own, because I help people look, sound, and feel confident on screen and get their message over with real power and personality. Now, the reason I do that, and I can also do this will appeal to Adam with the dog's ears, because here's a fun fact about me. I used to be a guide at London Zoo, and now when it opens again, because we're 160 years old this year, I know I'm looking well on it, Battersea Dogs and Cats Home. And that's where I volunteer and I help them with their rescue. But when I'm relatively normal, I'm helping people get their message over, because this is for good now. Even though, you know, we may go back to some sort of normal, people have got to get their message out on screen. And that's what I do. I help them do that with their content and their delivery.
Wow, that is incredible. And what an incredible energy you have. So thanks for bringing it today. So is the fun fact that, do you want to share another fun fact or?
Yeah.
Well, another fun fact is I helped set up a Greek traditional dancing group some years ago, which is still going. I don't do it, but if you started to play the music now, I could do a little demonstration, but there's not a lot of room. So there's Greek dancing there, and I know there's, you know, huge Greek communities over in the States. In fact, when I was over in New York a few years ago, I actually met up with some Greek colleagues, and we did a little katalamatinos up the high street. So in one of the areas. So, you know, you may well have seen me, you know, but I was looking slightly different then. I'm trying to look elegant and sophisticated today. It's not going to work. So I'll put some more. Oh, and I'll introduce you to another friend of mine, Mrs. Squeaky. Now, Mrs. Squeaky comes in and often just to change the mood, because, you know, what the hell is a Mrs. Squeaky? But, you know, I've got your attention, and that's what matters.
That is what matters. And fun gets your attention. It opens up listening. And you are a lot of fun. So I'm so glad you're here, Debbie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next on my screen, I see Dan Pincus. Dan, please, about 30 seconds to a minute, who you are, what you're up to in the world.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Gina. Thanks for having me. And nice to see you guys, Fernando and Adam, for having us as well. I run a program called World Golf Network. It's an executive working organization that helps owners and partners of companies meet over social events such as golf and poker and cocktail events that we actually feel people like to meet over food, drink, and having a good time. So that's our business. So similar to Unblinded, we really are a community, and we try and make sure that everyone that we know gets access to people that are helping them and make their lives easier. A fun fact is my physical therapist is one of the top in the world. She's out of Manhattan, and she works with a lot of high-level celebrities. I'm lucky enough that I work with her close enough that she has sent some of her clients to our system to play golf and meet our members, which I think is fun and enjoyable. We've had a few celebrities such as, no one huge, but one of our best clients is Larry David and George Clooney. I'm hoping one of those might come one day to one of our events.
Yeah, that would be fun. Any like bathroom run-ins? I'm just curious with any of them, you know.
No, I can't compete with Brock. He's got me held on that one.
All right. Well, thank you, Dan. Thank you. Now, next up, we have a TED speaker, Sven Loch. Excuse me. Sven.
It's Lauch.
Lauch. Sorry. That's
there you go.
Did you hear the way he said that? That was amazing. Back to you.
The walls that limit you are not around you. They are inside you. That was actually the subject of my TEDx talk. I am originally from East Germany, and the fall of the Berlin Wall turned my life upside down. And I was emotionally traumatized, and therefore had to overcome loads of these inner walls, as you can probably imagine. Now, today I'm an emotional logic coach. I help leaders to break down their inner walls, to find their authentic self, free their mind and heart, and basically become who they can be, full of value to the people around them. And a fun fact is, as part of my school education, I fired a Kalashnikov at the age of 15.
Wow. A what?
A Kalashnikov.
Yeah, who's
an
that?
assault rifle.
Oh my God. At 15?
Basically, we had in East Germany at school at the 9th kind of grade. So this was when you were 15 years old. We had some paramilitary or pre-military training at school. And one of the part was that we had a small caliber Kalashnikov shooting range and training. So that's why I fired a Kalashnikov the first time in my life.
I was playing Game Boy and collecting Pokemon cards. So I think your fun fact is way more interesting. Gina, back to you.
Yes. I don't know what that noise was. Sorry about that. Yeah, that is incredible. All right. Next up, Mr. John Harari. John, welcome. Please share who you are and where you come from, what you're all about.
Hey everyone, my name is John Harari. I'm CEO, co-founder of Windowsware. I'm in New York City. So I run a company called Windowsware. We're a resource for brands to do competitive research on other brands. Some of our clients include Coach, Ralph Lauren, Tory Burch, Michael Kors. They all have creative teams and they all create something for the brand, whether it's the actual merchandise or the marketing, the advertising, the social media. And they need to understand what are all the other competitors within the space doing around that creative product that they're creating. We've been around now for about 8 years. We've got about 32,000 members from around the world. And we're very excited for 2021 and the future. Fun fact about me, I love events similar to you guys, putting people together. I've been in New York City for about 15 years, and every other month in New York, I throw a big party. So about 40,000 people have been to one of my parties in New York City. So obviously, as been up as well. Pleasure to meet you guys.
Wow, that is like the Christmas windows in New York City?
So yeah, so we started off Windowsware creating a database around every window display of every retailer around the world. And then from there, we've understood that these brands create much more than just visual displays. They create merchandise, they create advertising campaigns, they create social media campaigns, email marketing, their websites. So just envision every one of them as a data point, and we capture that. No different than capture all the creative things coming out of every brand, and we make that available to other brands at their fingertips.
Wow, beautiful. That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up I see Arun Kumar. Did I say that right? I hope so.
Yes, you did. Good morning, everyone. This is Arun Kumar. I'm owner of restaurant JD3 and Lounge in Forest Hill, New York, Queens. I've been doing this business for the last 30 years. So this is all about it. That's it.
That is amazing. Do you want to share a fun fact besides that you're driving? And I do hope that you're watching the road, but
He owns a restaurant. He owns restaurants. There's plenty of fun facts, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Every day we meet different people, we enjoy what we do.
Amazing. Top restaurant in New York City? New York City
Correct.
restaurant?
Correct.
Excellent. All right. Well, you'll have to share some of those with us maybe in the chat so those of us around here can go there.
Not while you're driving.
Not right now. Thank you. All right. He came in with a smile. I can't wait to hear you, Jared Goldsmith. Please. You are next on my screen. Share who you are.
Hello, everybody. Brock, thank you very much for the invite. Gina, hello. Debbie, I'm sorry, I don't have a squeaky toy, but I am known for my signature fedora, my business cards. Everything I do is about this fedora. I host networking events for small business owners. I used to host physical events, so you can see from these banners. These are actually 2 8-foot banners. It's not a virtual screen. And I have over 600 videos on YouTube about networking for small business, entrepreneurship. It's a great resource to help other people around the world. And this is what I do. A fun fact is I'm an archaeologist by education. I have a graduate degree in archaeology. I'm also a full-time musician. My band is called, this one, Sax Appeal. It's an all saxophone band. Very unique. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Saxappeal.ca. Thanks, everyone.
Wow.
Pleasure to be here.
Honored to have you. Yes. Those are like a lot of
That is
fun facts.
one eccentric dude.
Hey, man, we got to help out everyone else. So this is what I do.
That is amazing. I love it. That's outstanding. I can't wait to know more about you, Jared. Thank you so much. Verona, welcome. Please share about 30 seconds who you are, what you're up to in the world.
Sorry. Hi. Yes, I just needed to unmute myself. Hello, everyone. Pleased to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Brock and Gina. My name is Verona Cox, and I'm one of the joint managing partners at Paddle & Cox Solicitors, and we are a full-service commercial law firm providing legal services to businesses. We are a bit different. I and my business partner, Penny Paddle, set up the firm in March 2018. And it is a new type style law firm, different from the traditional law firms, whereby all the lawyers are self-employed. They can work where they want, when they want. They pick and choose their hours. And we have a fee share with them as opposed to a salary in an employment situation, which facilitates them bringing what we call their whole selves to work. And also promotes, flexibility and better work-life balance, plus which they can earn more doing less hours because we do a fee share with them. And we have consultants across the country, and we have made connections in other parts of the country. High meter, we connected, and some attorneys in the US. And I actually did an internship in Virginia in America, where I worked for a year out there. So
amazing.
So that's us. That's all I'll say for now on that.
Yes, please.
I could probably say about myself, but one thing that I will tell you is I have run 11 and a half marathons in my time. Whoa. I did that in a space of a decade, of 10 years. Unbeknownst to me at that time, I did have an underlying medical condition, which I found out subsequently, which has stopped me running, doing half marathons. But instead, in this, actually, I started it, when was it? A year ago, but I qualified just in the first lockdown here in England. I've always done a bit of yoga, so I decided to qualify as a yoga teacher, which I did in June last year. So there we go. Wow. Thank you.
Congratulations. That's great. So yes, COVID has taken a lot of people to different places, that's for sure, in good ways. And yes, everyone, please share your information in the chat so you can all connect later. I see some of you doing it. Absolutely a great thing to do. Next on my screen, I see Pinky, and your name just got covered. There we go. Gadiali, did I say that right? Awesome. Welcome, Pinky.
Nice job.
Hi.
Please share about 30 seconds who you are, what you're up to in the world, and then, yes, please, a fun fact at the end.
My name's Pinky Gadiali, well pronounced. I live in Edinburgh in Scotland. I'm the founder of a global online platform supporting ambitious professional women who feel alone, isolated, or unsupported in their business or careers right now. We give you a safe space to come and help you and promote yourselves, to increase visibility and to build relationships and generate leads and clients. And we do this through networking, skill sharing, our learning platform, our mastermind groups, and coaching. I have 10 years of expertise in NLP and coaching to help support you through this, through your mental health, your wellness, and encouraging diversity, inclusion, and belonging. My fun fact is I'm a qualified optometrist as well, and switched careers 10 years ago to do what I do now.
Amazing. Wow, thank you so much. And how about a fun fact?
My fun fact.
And was there? What's funnier than that? She switched her career 10 years ago. Like, that's huge. Gina.
Gina's fun.
Sorry, guys.
Gina's looking at the chat right now.
Gina made it.
I was making sure thank you.
That was Gina's fun fact.
That is my fun fact. I missed you say fun fact. My apologies. Thank you, Fernando. Thank you, Pinky, for sharing that.
This is the real raw.
Your name is fun. Yes.
This is the real raw. We are raw. Yes.
That is for sure. That is for sure. We keep it real here. All right. Now, next up, Miss Tiffany Armstrong, please share about 30 seconds who you are, sister.
Amazing. Thanks, Gina. Hi, everybody. So honored to be here with you. My name's Tiffany Armstrong. I help people learn how to go from hello to yes by flexing their influencing muscle and learning what you really have inside of you. So I'm looking forward to being your role player here today, and we're going to spice things up a little bit. And let's see here. My fun fact, there's a lot of folks here from London. So the first time I went to London, I was a little girl. I was 11 years old, and my family was like, wait till we get to Europe. The bread is so delicious, like getting bread. So the second we got off the plane in Heathrow, I was like, all right. And I'm seeing all these baguettes, and I'm like, I want one of those baguettes. And to this day, I think, and many people will probably disagree with me, but I believe that London has better bread than France. And I was shocked, but I really enjoy the bread in London Heathrow Airport, which is just really weird. But hey, why not?
You have not been to Germany yet. You have not eaten proper bread.
I have been to Germany.
Germany
sure-
is like eating pretzels through Germany is like my favorite thing to do.
I'm
Okay,
sure.
that's
I'm sure.
pretzel.
I'm sure Arun has something to say about bread in New York, but yeah, we could save that challenge for after the role playing.
Absolutely. All right. Well, definitely love talking about food here. I'm Italian, so food's always good. Next up, Jason Sipple. Please share who you are.
Hello, everyone, and wow, what a group, man. Do you have the squeaky toy ready, Debbie, for some sound effects if I need them? So I've always been a super, super curious guy. I love people. I've always loved people. And I always ask why. And I was probably an annoying kid because I always asked why, like, why is that? Because we said so. Because why? Right. And so I started asking better questions. I started asking, what if? Like, what if there's a better way? Just factually. When I had, back in 2000, I was lying on the face down on the table, getting ready to have significant spinal surgery. And I was always an athlete and I was scared to death. I didn't think I'd ever be able to run again, much less complete an Ironman. And I've done 5. And what I realized at that moment is that there's a better way, right? There's more you can do. There's more you can achieve. And so I've taken that into multiple careers as a medical illustrator, as someone who's placed over 2,000 people in healthcare, to better positions, better paying positions. And now I know what I want to be when I grow up. I want to unblind people like Tiffany Armstrong, like Fernando, like Adam. And it's really about causing leadership, creating leadership, building communities, and setting a better way for everyone. And a fun fact about me, like you, Debbie, I also was a pretty good dancer at one point. I was a Lindy Hopper, a Balboa dancer. I placed 5th place in the American Lindy Hop Championships. I performed in California. I performed in San Francisco. I used to teach
what?
Lindy Hopper.
Balboa?
Yeah, Balboa, Lindy Hop. Used to teach dance lessons. Started a Lindy Hop association down here in Florida. We used to dance 6 nights a week in Disney. So all kinds of performed.
Learn something new every day.
That is so
such
fun.
as a dancer. This is, I don't know what you call ballerina. I know it's totally different.
It's a like Lindy Hop, like 40 style big band, but it's super fast and close together.
Wow.
My favorite.
But Fernando's envisioning ballerina.
Ballerinas are good too.
It's not like the Rocky Balboa, but Jason, you inspired me to walk 5K to my my local store later today. So thanks.
Awesome.
Yes. And last, but definitely not least, Nita, our judge. You're on mute.
Hi, everyone. This is incredible for me to see Unblinded and your partnerships come together. So, and what an incredible group. So I'm really appreciative and value all of your interest and time. I'm an immigration lawyer in New Jersey, and I'm an immigrant myself. I'm from Sri Lanka of Indian origin. And as an immigrant, I help, and as an immigration lawyer, I help pave the pathway to my clients' American dreams. And so I can assist anyone who wants to live and work legally in the United States. Now, for my fun fact, I had a little bit of trouble because I had to choose between 2 because of the references that were already introduced. So Dan, you went with Larry David, so I had to think about whether I want to tell my Seinfeld joke, Seinfeld's fun fact, or that's when you talked about guns in East Berlin. And I had an experience when I was there many years ago, but I'll stay away from the guns and we'll go with the humor or not. So I was working in Bloomingdale's as a perfume sales representative. And Seinfeld came to the store one day and the whole store was agog, but no, I was going to be very cool and I wasn't going to go looking for him. Anyway, at some point, I'm going to the restroom later in the day, and there is, on the way to the restroom, talking about restrooms earlier, there was a seating area that I had to pass through. And there, lo and behold, was Seinfeld sitting with his bouncers and a woman and, whatever. So I'm going, hi, I'm from Sri Lanka. Because years ago, he had done an American Express commercial and he spun the globe and they say they take the card everywhere in the world, even in Sri Lanka. So I said, when I saw that, what I did was I went to the payphone and I asked the operator for your phone number. And she said, who? I said, Seinfeld. She said, okay, unlisted. And so I was babbling at that time. And I'm thinking he's going to laugh and I'm going to be his next new skit. Because he gets accosted by all these crazy people coming in telling him, what, you went to a payphone to ask for my phone number? What do you think? And he didn't even smile. I have to tell you, I was completely taken aback. And I've heard, we have someone who's a relative of his. This is not really funny person. He's not necessarily a nice person. So we've got to tell Larry David that. Oh, Dan, I'm going to tell Larry David that story. And I know that Larry David will laugh. And Larry David will get a huge kick out of that. So I got angry with Seinfeld for a little bit and not watching him, but I've gone back to watching it because I love Julia Dreyfus. And so you got to watch Seinfeld.
That's great, Nita. I wish he laughed for you, though. I do wish he laughed.
Yes, I wish he had too. I wanted to be on Seinfeld. I thought he is, maybe they would actually, I would be the skit person, but anyway.
Yeah. Not now. He might remember it in the future. All right. I think we've got everybody that is here now. So that is awesome. We can get this party started. So now how this is going to work is all the contestants, you are each going to have 3 minutes to go from hello to yes with our role player, Miss Tiffany Armstrong. And by that, we mean taking somebody, we want you to make her whatever it could be your perfect client, the perfect avatar. It could be to go to another meeting for the 3 minutes. So whatever a meaningful yes that you would want is, that's what we want you to do. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes, you're seeking in the world. Whatever would make sense for you. Yep.
Whatever would make sense. Absolutely. All right. So let's see. First, sorry. Oh, all right. Let's start with you, Brock. What do you say? I will keep the timer for three minutes, and I'll kind of let you know when it's about 30 seconds are left. Sound good?
Sounds fine. Yep, that's fine.
All right. So who do you want Tiffany to be?
Tiffany can be any, let's make her, today she's going to be an art salesperson, just picking something out of the realm of things. So she owns a series of art shops and sells art supplies and deals with artists of all levels. So that's good enough. That'll work.
Okay, perfect. And then at the end, each contestant will have our judges give some feedback. Okay, so ready to roll. So when you're ready, you can just say ring, ring. Does that sound good? All right.
That's fine.
Okay, perfect.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, this is Tiffany, is it? I was given your number by an associate of mine and wanted to definitely see if I could take about a minute of your time. Is now okay for you, my dear?
Yeah, I have a couple of minutes. Who is this?
My name is Brock. So sorry I didn't say that before. I'm with an actual networking group, and I met one of your colleagues through our networking group, and we have so many different people that we want to connect you with, because you understand you have high-end art supplies and you deal in art stores, and you deal with both emerging artists and people that are just looking for art supplies for their various needs and everything. And so I just wanted to jump on and see about making an appointment to talk to you more about what we do, what we can do to try to help connect you and make sure that we get drive some more business towards your
towards your stores and what you do. Does that sound of anything of interest that I could maybe book about a 10-minute call with you in the future?
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Does it cost anything?
Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about that. What we do, and thank you for asking that. What we do at first is we just do introductory offer for free to make sure it's right for you. And then what we do is we'll invite you along to some events and connect you with people, because it's not just about the events, it's also connecting with the people that are going to have synergy and work with you. So so what I'll do, they'll make more sense in our 10-minute call. I don't want to get too far down the track on that. So really, if I could just book in an appointment with you for about 10-15 minutes in the next week. How's Wednesday of next week for you? And what's better, AM or PM?
Yeah, Wednesday will work. PM would be better. Maybe something, later in the day, maybe around 4.
Oh, 4:15, 4:30. Let's go with 4 if that's good for you. Is that okay?
Sure.
Excellent. Well, I won't keep you any more than 15 minutes. And I tell you what, I've got your details. I'll send you an email, so I'll give you an overview so you've had a chance to read that before I call. Really thank you for your time now, and look forward to talking to you a little bit later. Have a great rest of your day.
Okay, thank you, Brock. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Awesome, Brock. Thank you. Kept it within 3 minutes, under 3 minutes. Very good. So let's hear from Jason. Jason, some feedback, please.
Yes, no problem. Great job, Brock. And I thought that I really liked how your congruency, your energy was steady throughout. You felt very certain. I would have, those are things I thought you did really well. And you got the appointment in less time than you needed, which was awesome. So you knew exactly what you wanted, what your why was, what your ask was. I would have loved to see you just open up a little bit more rapport with Tiffany, get to know her a little bit more. I didn't hear much from her. So, I would have liked to hear at least 70% from her. So she got really invested in you, was more curious about what you were doing. But overall, I thought you did really well, and I'd give you an 8.
Thank you so much. And I did, sorry for jumping in there, but I did trip myself up at first because I did mean to bring her in more, but you're absolutely right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
All right. Awesome. Sorry about that. Okay, now Nita is judge. Sorry. And Dan, I realize you're judge too. So Nita, do you want to share some feedback, please?
Sure. So Brock, overall, very nice, very decisive. I echo what Jason said. I noted that, yes, you missed the opportunity to build some emotional rapport before. Arguably, she was very interested in what you had to offer, so you had less resistance. I like that you asked for permission. I like that when she asked about the cost, you didn't evade the question. You gave us some information. You answered, but you didn't answer, meaning you didn't give us specifics. So that was very nicely done. Also, you didn't dwell on it. And that was nice that you ended with asking her when, and then you narrowed it down to a specific time because you had the time to do that. So that was all well done. So I give you an 8.5 because I'm partial to you, Brock. I'm partial to you.
Amazing job. Where did you start it off, Brock? I love your certainty there. Awesome job. And we're going to keep it to 2 judges just for time integrity each round. So who's next, Gina?
Yes. All right. Next we have Debbie. You ready, Debbie?
I'm ready. Yeah. And
right.
So Tiffany, you're an accountant, and you're established partner in a big company, and I don't need to set the scene of what I want, do I? Or no?
No, you don't have to. Absolutely.
Okay. So we go ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Hello. Is that Tiffany Armstrong?
Yes. Who is this?
Hi, good morning. My name's Debbie Catt. We were at a networking meeting recently. You may remember the Real Partnerships in the cross-global one. You did a fabulous 60-second presentation, and I just wanted to have a little chat with you and follow up from that. Have you got a couple of minutes for a quick chat?
Yeah, I got about 2.5.
Fabulous. I'll take it to just less than that. So I wanted to invite you to be a panelist on our, it's a sort of a presentation situation where we're trying to get experts to give their opinions about certain things, and we really want a top quality accountant. Now, having seen your presentation, I was so impressed with it that I wondered if you might be considering doing one of these panel things for us.
Yeah, I'm interested. I would like to know a little bit more about it.
Absolutely. Well, it does sound a little bit out of the blue, but basically this is a win-win situation where you get to meet a lot more people who are in your sort of environment, who are looking for accountants, because this is a presentation about small businesses and the mistakes they make and how they can avoid it. Now, I know that you're a very experienced person. So could you just give me a little bit of background about, you know, how you feel about these new businesses and what problems they have?
Yeah, sure. You know, a lot of small businesses, I don't want to generalize, but you know, they kind of have the same mistakes, you know, messy bookkeeping, maybe not all the receipts, and, you know, just very small little tedious problems that if they were able to fix them, their outcomes for their trajectory of the future of the company would be easily seen in their books, and, you know, just all kinds of little things like this. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. And I bet you've got some really good case studies that you could recount.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Yes.
Absolutely. So I'm just thinking then, if I send you a few more details about the event, it's in a couple of weeks' time. So I'm hoping that we're giving you enough time to sort that out. Would you be okay with me sending you that email and coming along on our panel?
Sure. I mean, I would like to review the information and just like maybe email back if I have questions or.
Absolutely. No problem with that at all. Thanks very much. I've got your details because from that networking event. So I'll be sending you an email straight away. Thanks so much for your time, Tiffany.
Yes, thank you. Have a good one.
Cheers.
Right. Outstanding job, Debbie. Thank you. Thank you. So let's get about 15 seconds or about 30 seconds, Dan, for Debbie. What do you say? About 30 seconds what she did well, 15 seconds of what she did well, 15 seconds of growth areas.
Sure. Well, as they say in England, I thought it was brilliant, Debbie. You did a great job in complimenting Tiffany and really getting her to understand the value of what you were offering her. And that obviously is very key. I felt that you really laid it out very clearly to her that it was in her best basically to get involved with what you were doing, and you got the appointment. The only negative I would say is that she seemed like she was not really sure about whether she should do this or not. And I would have maybe asked her a question of what is stopping you from, what is your hesitation in not moving forward? Because it seems like a great opportunity for you.
Thank you, Dan. Thanks.
Thank you, Dan. Awesome.
Dan, and a score from 1 to 10?
Oh, yes.
Oh, sure. I would give her a 9.
Awesome.
Job.
Thank you so much. All right. Next up, Nita.
Yes. Debbie, I loved your energy. You came out really strong, and you caught her. I think you caught her attention, certainly with your voice, if not with the words themselves. You're very courteous throughout, and I think the English accent helps to us Americans anyway. It was very powerful, your opening. You asked her whether she had time. That was polite and that was nice. And you made a very attractive offer to her to invite her to be on a panel. That's, of course, makes everyone feel quite important, and so that made maybe the ask to get the appointment easier. Again, as I said before, it's the building the emotional rapport that you asked that a little bit later. You asked her about that should have been up front as opposed to later on. I think it would have been a little easier to get her to feel less skeptical about what it is, not knowing what she was getting into. But it was good. It was good. I would also give you a 9.
Thank you.
Solid scores. 9s are high scores. That'd be great job.
Great job, squeak, squeak. Okay. Let's have John Harari go next. John, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
You
Who
have
would you like
Tiffany.
Tiffany to be?
Potential client.
Right. Perfect.
Okay.
Any
Kick it off with
background on her? Any
Yeah, can I have a little
any background
something
whatsoever,
about-
John?
Just a person that works, at a brand in a creative role.
Okay.
Is creative.
Yeah.
I can be creative. All right.
Perfect. Here we go. Kicking off the clock.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, may I speak to Miss Tiffany Armstrong, please?
Yes, speaking. And who am I speaking with?
My name is John Harari. I'm CEO, co-founder of Windowsware. I've heard so much about you. It's a pleasure to be on the phone with you. I'd love to interview you. We're doing a segment on Windowsware where we're interviewing the top creatives within the field, and I've heard so much about you and your work. Would love to set something up next week if you're available.
What kinds of things have you heard about me?
All about the work that you do at your brand, and you're highly recommended as someone who has been very much involved in a lot of the most exciting things coming out of your brand. And I just want to make sure that, we're connecting with you and understanding more about you and your work. We've heard about you for many years now, and now it's finally the time to reach out and make a direct connection. That's why I'm calling you on your phone versus any other form of communication. I just want to be very direct and want to hear from you directly.
Oh, okay. And can you tell me a little bit about you and your business?
Yeah, so we actually showcase creatives from all around the world. So all the work that you're doing, we want to make sure that we're showcasing it as much as possible. And you can think of us like a magazine or a PR firm. You can check us out on Instagram or our website. And we've got, tens of thousands of people from around the world that we've showcased. So just want to make sure that we're showcasing you in the best possible light as well.
Okay. And who are some of the people that you have showcased?
We've showcased hundreds of different people. I can actually send you an email just showing you the work that we've done and the people that we've promoted. And I'm happy to do that when I send you an email.
Okay. Yeah, I would love an email before the call. That would be great. Yes.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you.
All right, great. Awesome job, John. Thank you so much. You got it in 2 minutes. And let's go with Jason Sipple to give about 30 seconds of feedback, a little what he did well, a little growth.
Great job, John. How did that feel for you? Just curious how that felt for you before I jump into feedback.
Super awkward in the sense that, I like to know who I'm talking to. And obviously I think having context and history is important. So a hypothetical thing isn't necessarily what I'm 100% comfortable with, but if it was an actual human being with an actual, identity, then I would feel a lot more comfortable doing it.
No, thank you for sharing that and being vulnerable and sharing that, because I love that. I kind of felt that a little bit, so I just wanted to see what that felt like for you, because I can feel how you love people, how heart-centered are. You started off with a bang. Like you start off acknowledging her, you opened her listening. I felt like you were very certain up front, and then it got to the point where it didn't feel as certain, right? Like when it kind of kept going, she was asking you questions versus you asking her open-ended questions.
Yeah.
Her engaged to kind of build that deeper rapport so you can put something at stake, and then you could go into the agreement formation for a longer call, right? Like it seemed, I thought you did have great energy, and you did a really good job. Just room for improvement would be more open-ended questions up front before you start saying who you are. I know she asked you who you were, but just, go defer back to get deeper with her so she really sees her future in you. And then when you're telling about yourself, that'll draw you and make you more magnetic. But I think you did a great job. I'd give you an 8.2.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Jason. All right, let's go, Dan.
Yes, hi. Sorry, I had to unmute. John, I actually, I'm glad that Jason asked your opinion on the call, because it seemed as though, let's start with the positive. I want to tell you that the energy when you started was really very good. You actually gave Tiffany an impression that this is something of value to her, and she wants to have another call to go further with it. And that was the main purpose of the call. And the fact that you got that's really the most important thing, because that's what you're going for. To speed that up a little bit, and also to have a warmer call when you actually have the call. I would have actually talked a little bit more about her in the respect of what does she want? And if, the old saying, asking is more important than telling. If you ask a few more questions to her about what she's looking for, when you actually have the call, you would actually directly be able to help her and obviously close the deal, which is what the whole thing's about. So again, getting the call was critical. The energy was there. You actually got her engaged and you got her to say yes. And so those are the main points. And I would give you an 8.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'd like to jump in real quick here. You said a few things, Dan, and what we demonstrate around integrity-based human influence, going from hello to yes, is questions, really engaging that person to really be able to listen deeply. I'd love an opportunity. I put a bold proclamation on Mr. Fernando and how well he is able to display this integrity-based human influence. I'd love to see if we could do a reverse role play with somebody who's willing to just flip the switch.
That'd be great.
Fernando, how about John? I know John just went. Would you like to, John, would you be open to just letting Fernando play you and flip, switch it up?
Sure.
Awesome.
Right, awesome. I'm going to do my best, as it sounds like what John does is exceptionally complicated with a lot of data, and I am like digesting it. But you know what? Let's have some fun. So, Tiffany, you will be, you, and let's see. I just want to fix on the clock so I can stay in time integrity.
I got
Tiffany,
you.
Gina, you'll be doing it,
got
right?
you. Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Excited, Fernando. I've never done this with you. Let's go.
All right, awesome. So, ready? 3, 2, 1. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Tiffany, is this you?
Yes, this is me. Who is this?
Tiffany, listen, my name is John from Windowware. We had a brief conversation before. I was hoping you had just a few minutes. I wanted to ask you a few questions.
Yeah, I have a couple minutes. Sure.
Awesome. Like a couple minutes, like how many?
Like 2.5.
Whew, that is the most specific answer I've ever gotten. So I will do my best. I was hoping for like 4 and 22 seconds, but 2.5, we're going to be all right. So listen, just first off, it is rather impressive what you've done with your store and all that you've been creating. So just out of curiosity, what goes through your mind when you're creating the optics for what everyone is going to see on your storefront?
Oh, wow. Well, I love to be creative, and I've been creative since I was a little girl. And to be honest, that's a beautiful question. My grandfather was an artist while I was growing up, and I really just pretend like he's in the room with me, and I look at color and I think of the seasons and I think of what the brand is going through right now and, current events. And I just kind of whirl it all together and I come up with something beautiful. And I have an amazing team behind me that helps and assists in creating the beautiful visions that I get. But it is, definitely a lot of work creating the masterpieces. So thank you.
Wow. Listen, no, thank you just for sharing. I can only imagine what that must be, having a grandfather that was an artist. I can truly hear that this is more than just a window. This is a work of art. And sometimes you put a lot of passion behind that. So listen, it's 2021. It is the new year. And retail's been a little crazy. There's not a lot of people shopping. There's not a lot of people like walking into stores. What would you say is like your main focus and what you're looking to accomplish in like the first quarter of 2021?
Wow. Well, you're right. And people, aren't out. And right now, like London is shut down. So we're really looking to expand the brand and take more and maybe do more with our windows and possibly online, or really, get some more, views or something like this in other places where a lot of other people are going, speaking engagements and some other things that maybe are a little different, but we can definitely get some new clients and keep the brand alive. So
yeah, listen, and I know we got about 30 more seconds, and I wish I can ask you a few more questions, but listen, I'll just be brief. I hear that you're looking to transition, you're looking to do things online. Listen, my company, Windowware, we've worked with some of the greatest companies, a lot of them which you would know, Tory Burch, Macy's, a few others. And what we do is that we help bring data to art. We bring data to art, meaning we've scanned all the windows. What Google is to the internet, we are to window shopping. And what I know to be true is this. I know that with data, not only can you make your windows more appealing, you can also bring that data and create windows online through different pages, different artists, and take that creativity that you have and turn it into numbers. Because what I know to be true is this. Artists like you have a lot of heart. And sometimes what's missing is a little bit of math. And I'm not here to change what you're doing. I'm here to complement it. So if it's okay with you, can I buy maybe 30 minutes so I can prove to you what heart and math can do and just display what Windowware can do to help you achieve that goal in 2021?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the extra 7 seconds. I really appreciate it. Go. I don't know what you're doing, but that was very precise. God bless, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Well,
Rando, I give you 10 out of 10.
How'd that feel for you, John?
It was great. I mean,
John, was that not you? John, was that not you?
no, he did a fantastic job.
Yeah, amazing. And you know, not to miss the magic, that the first question in regard to just the creativity, you could hear Tiffany's heart open up and you know, give access to where she wants to go. So that was absolutely a great job. Fernanda, I won't give you a 10. You know, there's no such thing as 10 in the Unblinded world. But for sure, high nines with even a 0.99 maybe up there. But there's always room to rise as well. But I thought your energies were incredible, variance of energy. Maybe, and there was some fun there too. So maybe a little bit more there. But overall, I would give you a 9.999.
Yes. Well, John, thank you for the inspiration. What you do is truly extraordinary, and it's incredible the partners you've been able to work with, the data you've been able to collect. That is no small feat. And hearing your introduction, your certainty in what you do and what you bring business owners is truly felt. Team, please enjoy the rest of the Real Raw. It was an honor to hear you. Debbie, your chicken will be my fun fact of the day all day. I love you. I love all of you. Jason Sippel and team, God bless. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Fernando, thank
Thank
you.
you,
Fernando. Bye.
All right, now let's steal all his ideas and let somebody.
Yeah.
Who's
Let's
next?
go. How about we have Sven go next? How about Sven?
How about me? Why not? Let's do
Why
this.
not?
All right.
Let's do it.
Okay, Tiffany. I wanted to be a business owner, probably CEO, 20 plus employees, and you used to have all your staff in an on-site office kind of space that, of course, with the pandemic is not necessarily as possible as it used to be.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, is it Tiffany?
Yes.
My name is Sven. I'm running a company called Eyes Up Training, and I would have a couple of questions. Do you have some time right now?
Yeah, I've got about 2.5 minutes.
That sounds brilliant. Thank you very much. Like with all this pandemic, I understand that you used to have like 20 employees on site in an office.
Yeah, and the pandemic happened, and you know that's just not the best use of resources right now.
So how is your staff doing with all that kind of working from home?
You know, we are doing okay. We try to do different things to keep the energy alive, Zoom meetings and everything, but I'm starting to feel like people are zoomed out. And really, I'm just ready for this pandemic to be over.
Yeah, I can fully relate to that. Like this third lockdown feels like it's enough now. So I completely relate to that. Do you have any type of support that you're trying to offer your staff right now to actually deal with this emotional fallout?
No, we don't.
Because this is something that would interest you to actually try to skill up your team to the point where they can actually deal better with that.
Yeah, definitely. I know that some of my employees have had harder times. You know, some of their families have gotten ill, some of their spouses, thank God, no children. But you know, it's definitely, it's felt throughout the culture of the team. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would love to help you to kind of get back your team on track, that they're emotionally, mentally stronger to actually deal with the uncertainty that we go through. So I would love to have a chance to really present to you a skill that's called emotional logic, so that you can get a deeper understanding how that works, and then possibly explore how we could implement this into your business so that the people can support each other with new skills, that they can carry themselves and create them each other through this tough season that we go through. So is there any time that you would have next week?
Sure. How about next Wednesday? And how long is this meeting?
Would be just an hour, if that's okay, so that we really can get a bit of depth in that.
Okay. Yeah, I have an hour, maybe over lunch.
Over lunch, that sounds good to me. And I would just send you an invite, and then we have a Zoom link, and then I can just show you a presentation. Is that okay?
Sure. I'll bring some good bread.
I was just
Cool.
gonna.
That sounds very good to me. Hey, thank you very much, Tiffany, for your time, and see you next week.
Thank you, Sven.
I knew you were going to say something about the bread. I was feeling like that was awesome. Good job. Thank you, Sven.
Great job.
Thank you.
Sven, your tone is so soothing.
Yes.
It just, it's transferred beautifully. You also were able to connect to a pain point as well. I mean, you asked a question and it was a yes or no question, but it was one that really you could feel Tiffany's energy, realize that there was something that she needed. And then all I would suggest is just before going, you had some time left before asking for the yes in the meeting, present a little bit more of your heroic, unique identity. And, I think even though, yes, she said yes, I think that would have created even less friction to bring her to that point of understanding your value.
Thank you. Yeah, leading with my story.
I give you 9.2.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Jason,
Yes.
why don't you give some feedback?
Awesome. Thanks, Adam. Great feedback. Sven, like Adam said, your emotional and energetic transference is amazing. Like your pacing, your energy, your heart centeredness. Like I just felt calm and like I wanted to know more about you the whole time. And I felt you really deeply cared about Tiffany and her staff. So that was beautiful. You asked great questions. Like Adam said, there was an opportunity there. Once you identified what her pain was and how you could solve for it, just talking more about yourself, right? And just giving on kind of like who you are in the world, what you're up to, some of the results you have, and just helping her see herself in you, just kind of expand on Adam's point. And then at the end with the agreement formation, it was great. And I knew the bread joke was coming too. Tiffany, you just missed the opportunity to say bread from London and not Germany. Opportunities for for you would be varying your energy a little bit. Like you were certain, you were heartfelt, but a little bit fun. Have a little bit more tonal variety, and then you'll be off the charts. You'll be a 9.9, but I would give you a 9. It was a great job.
That was awesome.
Thank you very much.
All
Who's
right.
next?
So then, yeah, let's go with, I see Jared next on my screen. So how about Jared?
Thanks, everybody. Boy, this might be the closest I have come to somebody saying yes to a date. Wow, this is awesome. Okay, now, here we go. So, Tiffany, you're an event planner who uses Zoom for your events.
Oh, well, it's not too far off the mark. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Hello, Tiffany. This is Jared Goldsmith speaking. I was chatting with a colleague of yours, Samantha Yesmore, the other day, and she said it'd be a great opportunity for you and I to chat.
Oh, okay, great. I just have a couple of minutes, but yeah.
Perfect. I won't take too much of your time. How are your holidays?
My holidays were great. I got a 5-year-old. It was magical. Santa was here. It was incredible. We thought we had a reindeer on the roof. Yeah, it couldn't have been better.
Wow, I was going to ask if you're going to travel, but I guess we're all in the same boat here. Keeps you quite busy, I'm sure.
Yes.
So, Tiffany, I also noticed you went to Humber College. I graduated there from the music program years ago.
Oh, okay. Amazing.
Pretty cool. So we have a bit in common. But Tiffany, what do you like about Zoom? How does it suit your needs?
Sure. Zoom works. You can get people from all over the world to be at the same place at the same bat channel. And I mean it definitely has its benefits. Yeah.
Right. What about some of the negative? If you could change something, what would it be in Zoom?
Ooh. You know, I'm not too sure. I mean, it just works. I think it's pretty simple and straightforward.
Oh, pretty cool. Well, Samantha was mentioning that you have a couple of large conferences coming up, and she thought it would be wise if you and I chatted, because I use a new platform which I host events. Because, well, as you know, Zoom is an event, a conference, not a conference, a telemeeting platform. It's not really an event platform. The platform I'm doing is super easy. You don't need any degrees in technology to use it. And you could accommodate 800 people at once. It's fabulous. I have dozens of videos on YouTube, but perhaps I could sit down with you for maybe 15 minutes next week, and maybe you and Samantha, some of your other colleagues, and show you an alternative to Zoom for your upcoming conferences.
You know, is it the one thing, you know what, I'm going to go back. The one thing, you know, is it accessible for like blind and visually impaired people?
There is an option for having people, well, blind, no, but we can have, I've done some events where we've had some people signing next to the person's camera so people can actually see.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And for networking, every room is a separate breakout room. So if some of your conferences call, let's say, a coffee break, and you have to divide people up, it's absolutely brilliant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, interesting. And what is the name of the platform?
More information is on my website. I'll send it to you in a few moments.
Oh, interesting.
I have your email address, and I'll maybe let me know when you're available next week, and we'll make it work.
Huh. Yeah, I'd like to give it a look, and then maybe like how long do you need for the meeting?
5-10 minutes.
And the most important thing, I think, was that when you were talking to her, she seemed to really resonate with you on the fact that she has these meetings, and she had certain issues with people who had some sort of a handicap, whether it be seeing or hearing, and that kind of a thing would be something where, again, you have to say what it is. If you have it, you don't have it. Obviously, this is a visual presentation. You can't do something without seeing someone. So you have to say what you say. But I think that overall, it was fantastic. It was like really yeah, fantastic. So I would give you a 9.5.
Awesome.
Jason.
Great job, Jared. I've been looking forward to you going with all of the trivia you have going on with your little pin for your sax band and everything else. So you start off with fun energy, which is what I expected, which opens listening immediately, right? You open it immediately. Your first question, if you saw, I clapped because you asked her how her holidays were, and you heard her open up. She gave you so much there as far as energetically, as far as words, like their pace quicken and certain unique words. So I was kind of frame that for you right up front. You had that opportunity there, and you jumped to the college thing, which was cool, but it doesn't really bring you deeper. It's just kind of like a lateral move. So you had the opportunity to really bring Tiffany a layer deeper, asking deeper into the holidays and going like, so you asked immediate past, and then you go right into the present, and then asking her more about herself, what she's up to with her Zoom meetings, and then going deeper from there. So I thought you did an amazing job. You got it at the buzzer, which I was excited about. Because I was thinking, no, it was a great job. So for you, just ask into the energies that you hear. Your energy was fun energy. You were direct. When Tiffany also, you had one more opportunity when Tiffany asked you a question about what your platform was, and you said it was an email, I would just answer that directly, because that kind of breaks rapport a little bit right at that moment where it feels a little awkward, and it kind of pulls the person away from you. So just answer the question directly, go straight into the truth. I'd give you an 8.5. Great job.
Yeah, and I'll just jump in and layer a little bit on that, Jared. That was a great job. Your energy right off the bat. Loved your first question. Tiffany mentioned family, magical. That's what Jason was speaking into. Maybe just, what was magical? Or, understanding how important her family is, as opposed to the yes or no, which wasn't a yes or no, but no, even though knowing you went to the same college, it's a surface level question. It is lateral, and you don't know how her experience was there, how proud she is of it, because she didn't speak about it. You did, and you felt the rapport break a little bit there as well, and you heard that silence. So, but still, great that you're asking those questions and looking to dive deeper. Overall, agreed. Great job, and yeah.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Yeah, I mean, probably she realized I searched her LinkedIn profile ahead of time, and I'm all about the relationships. I'm not a hard salesperson.
Yeah, exactly.
And it takes years to develop relationships, but.
Can I just add one more thing?
Yep.
We have time? We have time? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Jared, what was very interesting is I wrote down, it would have been helpful if you knew she was visually impaired. Now, I don't know what, and then you said you looked up a LinkedIn profile. So I don't know if that it says so in that, but it would really have been helpful if you knew that about her. And that would have given you great access to marketing your new platform, because you need to say, you could have said, for example, you know, Zoom doesn't have it, or it doesn't have it. How does it compare with your, that it's specially designed? And that would have really been a huge breakthrough for her than what you already liked. So just thought I'd share that with you.
That's a great comment, Nita. Yeah, normally I would do a bit more research that rather than 5 seconds right before I'm about to talk. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. All right.
You did a
so
great job.
last but certainly not least, Verona.
Right. Okay, so Tiffany, for this scenario, you are a CEO of a medium-sized company in which you have a dispute with one of your suppliers. I'm going to call to try and win that work from you, or at least set up another meeting.
Okay, so I just want to confirm, I don't know, I'm kind of having a hard time hearing you, but it might be me. So I'm a CEO of a medical supply company. Is that what you said?
Sorry, a CEO of a medium-sized company.
Oh, medium-sized. Okay.
You're clearer now, Verona. Yeah.
Is it?
You're
Okay.
clearer now. Yeah.
Yeah, a medium-sized company, and you have a dispute with one of your customers.
Okay.
Awesome.
Got it.
Okay.
All right,
Ring.
you ready?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Nope.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, can I speak to Tiffany Armstrong, please?
Yes, speaking. And who is this?
Hello, Tiffany. My name's Verona Cox, and I'm one of the partners from Paddle & Cox Solicitors. I was passed your details by David Brock from your partnerships, who told me that you've got a dispute with one of your customers. And I was just ringing to see if I could give you some initial advice to assist you with that.
Sure. Yeah, Brock, yeah, he's an amazing, partner of ours. So, absolutely incredible. Yeah. What's up?
Happy New Year.
You were frozen for a second there, Verona. Do you want to just say that again? I'll add a couple seconds.
How are you doing today? Happy New Year to you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm doing good. I mean, if we could just get this dispute figured out, my day would be much smoother. So yeah, I'm very interested.
Yeah, well, that's where I come in, Tiffany. So hopefully I'll be able to take some of those issues away from you to free up your time to get on and do things that you probably see as being more productive with business. So just to tell you a little bit about myself. As I say, I'm a partner at Paddle & Cox. I've got over 20 years experience with dealing with disputes. Some of the key issues with managing them well is to work out what it is you want out of it, and also to make sure that whatever steps we're going to take are cost effective given the amount involved and the cost for your business, both in time and legal costs. So what I would like to do is, if you could send me some details, or we can set up another meeting where you can just give me a few more details, I'll be able to let you know what our costs would be, and outline a strategy for you either to deal with this initially on your own, if that's how you feel it'll be best taken forward, or we can act for you in order to resolve this.
Okay. I would love to have another conversation so we could dive in deeper, because I only have about a minute left.
30 seconds.
Yeah, so can you give me like a little background on maybe your company's reputation?
Yes, certainly. We have quite a high profile in the market. Me and my business partner have over 44 years experience in dealing with businesses and providing legal services. And I previously worked as a 100th partner in a 58 million turnover business. And I can send you some information on my profile as well.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. I've got another call coming in soon.
Great.
Can you send me the information in email, and I will book a call with you maybe in the next couple of days, because I just really want to get this handled, and so I don't have to, think about it and lose sleep anymore.
Absolutely, will do. Many thanks.
Thank you, Verona.
Great job, Verona. Amazing. Anita, let's hear from you, Anita.
Yes, thank you. So Verona, very, very good. You were very articulate in what you were offering her to do. I'm going to do this. Okay, so when the formula that we talk about has 4 steps in it. The first is building emotional rapport, pain and yes, heroic identity, and agreement formation. So the first 2 steps are critical for you to be able to get through to her, to figure out if she needs you, how you can help her, for you to convey to her that you can help her. So I thought what you missed in this case was, you in a legal situation, and I'm basing it on America's laws too, it's solicitation, and you could have asked her whether she needed legal help or whether she wanted to talk about it with you. This is not like selling something, even a property or something like that. So I thought that was key in your particular relationship. And then I also wrote, and the other thing is, she also didn't know your reputation, which matters in this case. Again, compared to some other services, maybe not critical. So but I like the overall connection you had with her. She was open to listening to you, and so I gave you an 8.5.
All right. Thanks, Nita.
Jason, what do you got for Verona?
Verona, great job. I love your energy, your congruence with the conversation. You felt very comfortable, very certain about who you are and what you're up to. And I would say, if anything, you're a little too humble for all that you've accomplished.
That's what I was feeling.
Yeah, me too.
For all that you have accomplished, you're way humble, which is great to see, but it's not serving you or your potential clients, right? And so I just kind of leave that with you. And then with Tiffany, just at the front end, like Nita mentioned, there's the emotional rapport, which is really critical part in the formula to open someone's listening. Just asking more open-ended questions about Tiffany. You had the great relationship. She was really excited about David. Just maybe even asking more into David, something to bring it a little bit deeper before you got to our pain point. And Tiffany really wanted that solved. Like, she really gave you multiple opportunities where she's like, yes, let's get this done today, like right away, where it could have been just asking a little bit more into what that meant for her and why that was so critical. And then from there, asking her, like complimenting her, acknowledging her, and then going into, in the transition, asking if you could tell her about yourself, and then not being so humble, really letting her know the rock star you are and how you have her back and how you're going to serve her. And then just, you got the agreement. So you did a great job. Overall, wonderful. Love the energy. I'd give you an 8.6. I'll go 1.1 above Nita's. So just for fun.
Gina, can I just butt in for 2 seconds? I'm so glad you both pointed out about her underselling herself. Verona is so talented, and Verona, I hope you're hearing this, because they're saying exactly the truth. So yeah, just sell yourself, because you have so much to sell is all I'll say on that. Yeah,
and humility is a wonderful quality, but like we're saying here, in service of Tiffany and your clients, they have to know who you are, because if you're not going to tell them in that moment, nobody else will. Obviously, having Brock here and us knowing a little bit, obviously we're people around you will support and be able to speak into who you are. But when you have that opportunity, share who you are, because it is incredible. And thank you so much for being here. How was your experience, Verona?
Yes, for me, I wasn't quite sure what we were supposed to be doing actually, and that's partly my elation. I didn't read the email properly that came through. So so for me, I've just kind of just winged it. And in a real scenario, I think it would be probably a little bit different and more, smoother without other people sort of witnessing you doing that. Yeah, no, that's great. And just to pick up on Nita's point, it's fine if we already know that somebody has an issue and they've been passed to us. We wouldn't be seen under English law as soliciting as such, because I've already had the introduction via Brock, but I otherwise would we wouldn't do it otherwise in this country. So we don't do cold calling without a warm lead. But yeah, no, it's great. It's a good exercise. And I think sort of preparation just on my part really. But thank you very much for your comments. That's great.
You were remarkable. So, John, how was your experience today on the Real Raw? You're on mute. John, you want to? Can you're looking for mute? We'll come back to you in just a minute. Yeah, how about Jared?
Oh, there we go.
Or
sorry, it was fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. I learned a lot, and it was great meeting everyone.
Amazing meeting you, John.
Thank you so much for being here. It's great having you as well, John. Jared, how was your experience with this group?
It was really interesting. Brock, again, thank you for the invitation. Usually I coach people on networking with all these videos. It's very rare that I'm actually critiqued. I love it. It's nice to have this feedback. Thank you so much.
We are so welcome to have you, Jared, a rock star. And just once again, back to the humility and the ability to have a growth mindset. That's why we're all here. We're all learning something. Every one of us is learning from each other. So thank you. Debbie, who I would say, if we had to give an award, we have something called the Gravitational Pull Award, kind of like who you just want to go hug and do business with. And I'll speak for the group of judges. They could tell me I'm wrong, but Debbie, you win the Gravitational Pull Award for me, for sure. How was your experience today?
Oh, bless you. Thanks so much, Adam. I absolutely loved it. Thank you, Brock, for inviting me. Thank you guys for being so indulgent. I am slightly bonkers, and I've found an area where I'm able to be myself. And that's what I do for other people. I make them comfortable enough to be themselves. I don't train people to be clones of me. Please don't worry. I don't do that. You won't see an outbreak of squeaky chickens everywhere, or Amazon running out of them. But I get people. I'm actually writing a book at the moment. It is called "What's Your Squeaky Chicken?" Because I've got a pal who's a bereavement counsellor. Now, it wouldn't be very appropriate in the middle of something really, serious if he suddenly, he could do it that way up, I suppose, but, that's not quite right. But what he does is he holds up a poem, and he doesn't read it out like other people read out things. He actually holds up the poem so people can read it themselves. It's beautifully written with scrolls and stuff. So he gets the engagement, and he gets the gravitas, and he gets the mood. Yeah. And that's his squeaky chicken. And, if nothing else, and I love you guys for laughing and taking it so in such good sport, that, perhaps you can find your inner squeaky chicken, and, you'll be thinking about that, because I have to tell you, once seen, never forgotten. Isn't that true, Brock?
You're muted, Brock.
Oh, sorry about that.
Look at your dog.
That's the one I use to make me laugh, but yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And what Jared said, yeah, it's lovely to have feedback and comments and talk to really lovely people who are interested in this growth.
Thank you. We're so grateful for having you today, Debbie. Thank you, Brock, for inviting Debbie to be a part of this show today.
I want to thank everybody from your partnership for coming in, and looking forward to doing more of these in the future, obviously. And so the ones here today, you are the virgins of the Raw and YP connection. And Raw is looking to grow worldwide. You know, YP is growing and looking to grow worldwide more. So it's just trying to do that synergy to help each other out. No more than that.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. I'll kick it to Sven. How was your experience with these bonkers, this group of dog-loving, pickleball playing, fun people?
You know, bonkers is the right space for me.
Bread eating. Yeah.
Having been communist and now being ex-communist and having all that kind of lifestyle and having to relearn to think when I was young, over all these decades, been traumatized and coming out of something like this. You know, I'm bonkers. I've been told that many times. But what you did today, and I'm going to show you one of my props. If you look on the spring from the top, it looks like a circle. This is how we sometimes feel. We go round and round and round and round. We just feel like we don't go anywhere. No, we go from joy through disappointment, grief, and then we deny all the bad feelings and we go back up to joy and we do this thing again. Now, what you do with feedback is you bring movement into the whole thing. So you go down and then it comes, here's some feedback. Somebody helps me to understand something in a different way. And you get movement into the whole thing. And that's basically what I use as one of my props, you know, for my emotional intelligence training, to help people like, denial is not a good place. You go around in circles. You know, we need to learn, discover ourselves, and feedback, conversation, you know, is such an important thing. And I'm just full of joy that Brock invited me and that I actually just took the chance and go in, because actually you built some confidence in me to actually pick up the phone and do exactly what I just did. You know, just cold call a CEO and just say and ask exactly those questions. So you definitely build something up that I'm going to try in the next few weeks. So thank you very much.
Amazing, Sven.
That's amazing.
Incredible.
Awesome.
If I may, Sven, just really quick, your role play, I do role plays all the time. And I'm on the phone all the time, 5.5 hours a day making cold calls. I've never heard somebody's voice as smooth, but yet in certain parts you got so certain, but yet it was still smooth. It's absolutely intriguing to listen to. So I don't think you're gonna have any problems on the phone of people listening to what you have to say. So absolutely incredible.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So I'm going to suggest that maybe the German accent is winning over the British accent.
Well, it's quite funny, Anita, because if I would have a proper German accent, I would have a lot of problems in the UK, because people really have a problem with that kind of German part. But I've been told many times by people that I'm not the proper usual German accent. And that was really because I have friends that said like, oh, Sven, you know, you always make D's to T's, but when we have a D at the end of the word, it's a D. You have to just keep it a D. It's bad, not bad. Okay, please note differences. Or it's not Windows, it's Windows. And it's not worry, it's very. And things like this. And I was so grateful for having people to point this out. So I learned is and these instead of is and these. So it's all the things that typical for Germans. And I know in the UK, I know a public speaker, he's called Neil Brabant. He's quite high up as well, but he said like he really struggled to begin with because of his German accent. Now, my advantage, of course, I come from East Germany and I make this a big point. I tell my communist story. Okay, and I think that's probably also one thing that people really react to, because I suddenly tell a bad story about the fall of the Berlin Wall. Everybody thought it's freedom, yes. And I thought like, for me, my life fell apart. So I use my story a lot, and you know, watch my TEDx. My 3 keys to a life without walls. That's my TEDx.
We will watch it for sure.
Absolutely.
You are
Can
what
you
we
please
call,
share the link, Sven, in the chat feature?
Yeah, I will do.
You are what we call congruently unique for sure. That we absolutely appreciate
Thank
you
you
being here today, and looking forward to seeing more for sure. Brock, take us home, Brock. Your overall experience. I know you mentioned we're going to look, this is the beginning of the beginning. I could not agree more. Bringing people from around the world into what we're doing together. You were amazing. Your group was absolutely incredible that you assembled, and so excited to, and again, no confusion whatsoever on how you've been able to build and accelerate so much in what you're doing throughout the world already, and looking forward to bringing it to the US and us bringing it outside of the US. So again, thank you for being here today. Take us home.
Well, thank you very much. As I say, first of all, we had one vote for the best voice being Canadian, but that was from Jared, so I'll leave that where it sits. But yeah, thanks so much for the opportunity. Nita, everyone on the Raw team know Nita is also part of the YP team as well, so she'll keep you plugged into what we're doing there. We do have a meeting again on Friday that you're more than welcome to join in there. But yeah, it's just all about first of all, appreciate Adam for the calls we've had, and it's just all about trying to get this synergy together, because we're not alike by any means exactly what we're doing, but we're exactly alike in our end goal, just to help people, individuals, and businesses. And at this time of the world's pandemics, every business we can save is an absolute joy, opportunity, and blessing. So that's my entire mission. I know it is for yours as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, Dan, one last but definitely not least, Brock, thank you again for taking us home there. With
Dan just left him out in the cold. Look at him.
I didn't mean it. Dan knows. I respect everything that he's doing. Again, a remarkable networker, building a business. He's been here doing this a lot longer than both of us have, Brock, and he's established himself in the metropolitan area as an absolute rock star. So I love to hear, and honored to hear your experience with this group, Dan.
Yeah, I actually love this group. It's such an international group, and it's so nice to see people from around the world here. It's really humbling because I'm used to working with people, as you said, in the New York metropolitan area, where probably the farthest person is like 3 hours away from me. It's great to see such a wide breadth of people, all very talented, all very actually, quite honestly, experts in their fields, which is amazing. And it's, to me, it's always, as people said before, you can always learn from others. And when you have great people, you actually, you all grow from it. And I think that this is what's so great about it, is that you actually are all learning from each other, which is amazing.
Absolutely.
I said it better myself, Dan. That is what this is all about, growth. It's about acceleration. Fernando mentioned it. It is about connecting heart and math. That's what we're here to do as well. We are all purpose-driven, looking to change the world. This is a talent hotbed. When you said everybody is great at what they do, you couldn't be more spot on. That's what we're building here. And we are, without question, looking to make the world a greater place. So thank everybody. Thank you all for being here today. Beyond grateful and looking forward to seeing you all again. I sure hope that the journey does not end today. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. And don't forget to tell them about Monday night. We have an incredible event Monday night. Actually, all your names will be entered. We hope you can make it. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern, and it is an absolutely event not to be missed. So just wanted to mention that.
That's midnight for Europe, so it's a little hard, but we'll get them a recording.
Yeah.
We'll get you a recording. And if you're not, in the time zone. Thank you, guys.
May I mention? We have Mark Burnett on this coming Monday, and I looked him up, and he's of English origin.
Yeah,
he's now living. So Mark Burnett.
Mark Burnett is the CEO of Success Resources, who is Success Resources. For those of you that don't know, it is the leading speaking platform in the world, international speaking platform in the world. One of their number one clients and friends of Mark Burnett is Tony Robbins. About 40% of their business comes from Tony Robbins, but they've had every president on their stage, Richard Branson, and just an unbelievable amount of incredible people that you would all know. And he will be on. So Thank you, Nita. And yeah.
Adam, is this the same Mark Burnett who's got the TV shows?
No.
That's Michael Burnett.
Sorry then.
It's
My
Michael,
mistake.
yeah.
I was
Michael.
wanting to clarify.
It's
My
not
mistake.
Seinfeld, Nita.
Okay. I thought I was missing it. But thank you all.
Burnett, but I'm sure you weren't the first to make that mistake, Nita. No worries. So
Could I just thank Tiffany? Sorry, darlings.
Sorry,
I just
Debbie.
thank Tiffany because she's been so patient, hasn't she? And she's listened to all our nonsense, and you know, well, what a star to do that. So thank you, Tiffany, and thank you for being such a cooperative. I mean, you know, quite honestly, I expected you to be quite difficult and say, well, no, actually, I haven't got 2 minutes or whatever, and you didn't. You didn't give us a hard time.
Well, let me say this. Let me add to that, Debbie. Thank you for that. So, you know, when you're role playing, you feed off of the energy that the person is giving you. You guys were so great. Tiffany could be a little tougher if you would have came at her a little bit different. But either way, you are so spot on. Tiffany is an absolute rock star. I don't even know if we mentioned that Tiffany is blind. I don't even know if that was part of the conversation, which it never, not her identity. What she represents in the world is just absolute leadership, commitment. Her skill set around language and communication is just unbelievable. And she's been, one of the first dancers for what we're doing in this movement. And yeah, thank you for acknowledging her. She is an absolute rock star.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you so
Cheers.
much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Anyway,
you,
hope to
Gina.
see you again
Thank
soon
you.
sometime.
AJ, bye-bye, Tiffany. Bye, all.
I'm gonna leave this call with one image. Nita and Tiffany hanging out at Seinfeld's eating bread. That's all I'm thinking.
By the way,
English
I'm in
bread.
on that. I'll be joining that, Brock, but thank you very much.
English bread.
For hosting.
Bye.
Yes, English bread. Let's go.
I can make a sourdough bread in my
We'll
house. if
stop
you
by
want one.
Arun's. I know Arun had to leave early, but we'll stop by Arun's. I was looking forward to hearing his.
Right.
I'll
Let's do that.
I'll come for sourdough bread, Sven. If you're making sourdough bread, I'll come to Italy. Thank you. I mean, Germany. Sorry.
Oh, don't come to Germany. I'm in Plymouth. You have to meet me in Plymouth for
Plymouth,
having
that's
sourdough
right. I
sourdough
forgot.
bread.
I forgot. Okay.